Hello guys, welcome to the third video of our Python playlist, and in this video we will be learning the concept of conditional statements in Python and how we can implement them. Let me open my Python idle. So what are the conditional statements? Basically, the conditional statements, which are often referred as if statements, are basically blocks in codes which are used in decision making. For example, if age of a person is greater than 18, then a person is said to be adult. Else he is not adult. He or she is not an adult. Uh, if the score in cricket, basically, if the score is greater than equal to target, so the team wins, right? If entered score, for example, in cricket, when a player hits a six, so when six is entered, so the score of the team is incremented by the digit 6. For example, the score of a team was 240 and a 6 was hit, so now the score will be 246. So conditional statements are the statements which are used in decision making. So the thing is that let we discuss how we can basically use the conditional statements, and we will be discussing if conditions in this video. So let's say I ask the user to enter his or her age. So let's say age is equal to integer input. Please enter your age. So if age is greater than equal to 18, colon. So the thing is, when we are defining a function, we will discuss functions in later videos. When we are using loops, wherever we have a colon at the end, there must be one indent. One indent. So if age is greater than equal to 18, then we will print you are an adult. So basically the thing is that if the entered age is, for example, is 34, so 34 is greater than 18, right? So this means that condition is true. Now this indented code will run. But what if this statement is false? So for example, the person has entered 14. So what we will do, we will write else. Else does not need any statement. It is also known as a default statement, that if none of the above conditions, I am using the word conditions because in some while we will be discussing if else if. It is else if in C, C++, Java and other languages, but in Python it is elif. So we will discuss it later in the video. So the thing is that if age is greater than equal to 18, so we will print that you are an adult, else we will print you are not an adult, not an adult. So I have to say this. So when I run this, enter your age, let's say I enter 14 over here. So you are not an adult, right? So the thing is that we have an else condition over here. So when I will write print you are an adult over here, this will generate an error. This will say invalid syntax. Why? Because this is an if condition. After that if condition, we already have an else condition. But in between, we have an unindented print statement. So this is the cause of error. So if I write here, not an error now, not an error now, and then I will run it. I entered 34, so you are an adult, and then it is printed not an error. We have already discussed the formatting of printing. So if I want to, for example, write the not an error on the same line as where it is written you are an adult, so we will write comma n is equal to single quotes and a space in it. So if I run this and I enter 43, so you can see you are an adult, not an error. Now, let's say there was no else condition over here. So if I will remove this indent, because there is no else condition right now. So if I remove this indent and then I run this, so there will be no problem. If, for example, I write over here 56, so you are an adult is printed. Now, if I run this code again, and this time I enter 10. Now, 10 is basically lesser than 18. So, not an error is printed. So, this means that this not an error is not in the scope of this if condition. So, all the implementation, all the coding after colon must, and if we want to specify the scope also, that must be at one indent from the condition or loop or whatever. If it is a function, if it is a condition, if it is a loop, then we must have one indent. If I am pressing tab right now, and you can see here is the indent now. Let's say I run this now. So this will generate an error because that there is nothing. We had the if condition, but we had nothing in its body. So that's why it generated an error. So the thing was, let me remove this, and I had written else, and no need of the formatting. So now let me change the condition. If the age is lesser than equal to lesser than 18, basically you are, so we will print that you are not an adult. Now in else, let we see that if age is greater than equal to 18, this was and in various programming language, but in Python it is and. So the thing is that if age is greater than equal to 18 and age is lesser than 40, then we should print you are a young person, enjoy your life. Now, for example, if the person is between 40 and 60, we say elif. What is the difference between else and elif? Elif is alternative of if, but if this condition will be true, then this condition will not run. But let me do a little changing to tell you what is the difference between if and elif and why elif is important. You guys can see it just in some seconds. Let me write if age is greater than equal to 18 and not 18. Let me change the value. Greater than equal to 30 and age is lesser than and age is lesser than 40. Or I must say that if age is greater than equal to 30, this is better thing. If age is greater than equal to 30, then print this condition will also run. This condition will also run. So if I run this code now, so I have entered 31. It said you are a young person, enjoy your life. This condition will also run. Now what is the problem? That the problem here with the if condition is that this condition will be checked, and if this becomes true, this code will execute, and this condition will also be checked. If this condition is true, then this code will also execute. Now if I change this with elif, so this condition will be checked. If this condition satisfies, then this line will be printed. But because this condition was satisfied, now this condition will not even be checked by the interpreter. So what will happen, that the code will jump out from here, and let me write print out from the if else area, or block is better. So if I run this now, so let me write 44, not 44. Let me write 31 over here. Now 31 basically again satisfies above condition and the if condition and elif condition. But if I run this now, so you are a young person, enjoy your life is printed. But this condition will also run is not printed. Why? Because when we are using if elif, mark my words, if we are using if elif, the condition which satisfies first will execute. The condition which satisfies first will execute. Now, let me add something more. For example, we discuss the scenario. Let me comment this. In Python idle, we comment by pressing Alt 3, and in Spider, in Spider, we comment by Control 1. So the example we are going to discuss is that marks should be entered by a student if marks are greater than 50 and marks lesser than equal to, no, greater than equal to 50, and marks lesser than 60, then we will print you got C grade. Let me write some important comparison operators. when it is written this hash this means not equal. For example, 3 is not equal to 4, or we write A not equal to B. If it is written this means and. If here we have written or. Now what is meant by and what is meant by or? What is the difference between these two? If it is written that marks are greater than equal to 50 and marks are less than 60, this means that if these both conditions will be satisfied, then this code will run. And or means, let me write over here again, if marks are greater than equal to 50 or marks lesser than 60. So now we will see what is the difference between these two. And or. So if I will run this, so let me enter. No, I have to do some changing. I must wrong one. I must write wrong one here. Why? Let me discuss now. If I run this and I enter 55, you can see you got C grade is written and you got C grade wrong one is printed. You can see you got C grade is printed and you got C grade wrong one is also printed. But let me, now you will say that the code is working fine. Why should we touch it? If I enter 76, now what will happen? The above statement will not run, but the lower condition, if marks greater than equal to 50 or marks less than 60, 76 means that 76 is greater than 50, right? Greater than equal to 50. 76 is the number that is greater than 50, right? This condition is true. Because this condition is true, we will not see whether marks lesser than 60 is satisfied or not. What will be printed? You got C grade, wrong one will be printed. Look, you got C grade, wrong one is printed. So this is the basic fundamental difference between and or. And means that if both conditions are satisfied, then that block will run. And if and in or, it means that if one of the condition is satisfied, then the code will run. I hope that you guys now got the concept for the conditional statements and how to implement them in Python. We will be further discussing them in the next video. So see you guys until the next video. Goodbye.